Hello everyone, my name is Kurt Frankum with Leading LDS, and in this video we're going to talk about the first Sunday, third hour council meeting. One of my leadership mentors once taught me to never let a quorum meeting turn into just another Sunday school class. This has been sound advice that has guided me as I've presided over many third hour priesthood meetings. It is also exciting to start implementing the 2018 third hour priesthood and relief society changes for adult classes. This model the church has established will help us to never have just another Sunday school class during the third hour. With that said, we expect that there are many lay leaders that look at the first Sunday of each month and wonder how they will effectively facilitate a group council meeting in a way that won't end up in 40 minutes of awkward silence. The church has already produced some helpful guidance for these third hour meetings, and leaders should definitely become familiar with that instruction there. But today I want to give you 6 tips that will helpfully help you as lay leaders better execute the task of having an effective council meeting during the first Sunday, third hour meeting. Number 1, no lessons, no videos, no quotes, talks, or books. For the high priest group leader or relief society president that is a bit timid, it might be tempting to go find a good conference talk or a church book or old lesson manual and attempt to have a council meeting around that lesson material. Don't do it! That's nothing more than a lesson and only gives you a crutch to lean on. Be vulnerable. Counsel with your auxiliary presidency or ward council and come up with a solid topic to discuss. We are encouraged that each quorum group or relief society will counsel together about local responsibilities, opportunities, and challenges, not just doctrinal topics. That doesn't mean you find an old lesson on temple attendance and counsel about it. Old traditions die hard. Number 2, set rules and expectations. I've mentioned this before in the article 7 Unbreakable Rules of a Meeting. You may disagree with my 7 unbreakable rules, but the point is every auxiliary leader needs to set rules and expectations in their council meetings. These might be an expectation that everyone participates, or that you take the first 10 minutes of every council meeting to review the action items from the last council meeting. You might set a rule that everyone has the right to disagree while still being treated with respect. Regardless of what the rule and expectations are, the auxiliary presidency needs to communicate these at the beginning of each council meeting. This brings structure to the council meeting, which leads to a successful council meeting. Number 3, you need a clear vision statement. Ask any returned missionary what the missionary purpose is, and they will rattle it off without a stutter. Your quorum or group should be able to recite your quorum mission statement just the same. Whether you pull it out of a handbook or Doctrine and Covenants, or just think it one up yourself, do it. Create one. This new council approach is very action-focused. At the end of the council meetings, leaders summarize key points and extend invitations to act. By having a clear vision statement, it anchors the council discussion and leads to action items that will help accomplish that vision. Here's a level up tip. Consider making your first council meeting all about establishing a vision statement for the quorum or group. Imagine that. For example, you may decide as a quorum that your vision statement is, we as elders in the Taylor 44th Ward will always strive to seek out individuals in our local community to serve and then invite them to come into Christ. Whatever the topic of the council is for that month, you can always bring it back to your vision statement and ask, how does this discussion lead to accomplishing our vision as a quorum? If you don't have a vision statement for your quorum, you will end up with action items that are all over the map that don't march your quorum towards a higher goal. Number 4, obsess with the room setup. Take time before each council meeting and set up the room like a council. Think circular. If you leave the rows of chairs as they are and put one person up at the front, don't be surprised when it suddenly turns into a traditional lecture lesson. Number 5, send topics ahead of time. This was a big lesson I learned as bishop. I was discouraged by how little discussion I was getting in our ward council meetings. One day, as I was meeting with the elders quorum president individually, he said, Bishop, how can you expect us to contribute if we haven't thought about the topic as long as you have thought about it? Brilliant! I simply sent the ward council the topics I would like to discuss a week or so in advance, and the discussion blew up. Number 6, stimulate debate. An effective council meeting cannot be done without debate. We need disagreement, different perspectives, and friends willing to agree to disagree. For some reason, when a disagreement surfaces in Sunday school class, everyone tends to feel awkward. Disagreement should be celebrated. Different perspectives help us learn and, most importantly, help us arrive at revelation. The presiding leader needs to stimulate debate during a council. If nobody disagrees with anyone, invite someone to act like they disagree and see what can be learned. Consider perspectives outside the Mormon mold that will help you be more empathetic as a quorum so that your action items can reach those you have not considered with a different opinion. So, what am I missing? How are you approaching the first Sunday council meetings in a way that will stimulate your quorum or group and lead you to changing your local community for the better? Leave a comment and share your thoughts.